As an Emmy and Golden Globe winning actor, Alan Alda has always been able to connect with his audience.
Well, now he is bringing his signature wit and charm to his new podcast where he chats with everyone from celebrities to musicians to authors. It's called
Clear and Vivid with Alan Alda. Of course it would be with you.
That was clear and vivid.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Oh, right. Tell us about this. You've done so much in this business. Why did you want to do a podcast?
Because I've learned so much, I think, over the last 25 years about what it is to relate to other people and communicate. You know, I helped start the Center for Communicating Science at Stony Brook University.
Yeah.
And we've taught 12,000 scientists to communicate. And we realized the scientists were starting to come to us and saying, this training is making my marriage work better.
Wow.
So I realized it was for everybody. And I'm talking on the podcast to really interesting people. Sometimes you know who they are because they're, you know,
Celebrities or something.
Celebrities.
Right.
And sometimes you don't know them so well, but their stories about communicating and relating are touching and funny.
Well, you know what? It's so interesting because I feel like you're such an awesome listener. Like, I think
Yes.
sometimes when celebrities come in, they want to tell a million stories, but you seem
And I
like...
just come in and sit and listen.
No, but you have
and
that.
it's good because you don't get people listening to you much.
But you're a student. You're a student.
Yeah, you
and
really
your
are.
wife, Arlene, have always been that way. You've been fascinated by things and wanted to know more.
That's true. And now you know, it turns out all my life I've been preparing for this podcast because the experience of relating to another person is what you have to do on the stage. You have to relate to the other actor and through that to the audience. And so these experiences come out in these conversations with fascinating people.
Can we talk about some of the fascinating, cool
Yeah, who
people?
have you had on?
You had Judge Judy
Oh,
on.
she's a character and a half.
And she's always told the truth. What kind of things did she teach you?
You know, one of the interesting things she said was to be a judge, to be a good judge, you have to be able to read people.
Yeah.
And I think that in real life, whether you're a judge or not, you have to be a Judge Judy and read people when you buy a used car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if your mate comes home really late and you wonder what that's about.
Yeah.
Did you say your maid or your mate?
Well, it depends. It depends who you're fooling around with more. But the wonderful thing about a podcast is you can listen to it at any time. You know, it's not like a TV show. It's more like a radio. You can listen to it in the car, while you're cleaning the house, having sex, you know. And
Oh, my God.
well, it's all about communicating, you know. So it's like, now you tell me you don't like that? Now?
So who would be your dream guest to have on? Who are you really hoping for?
Well, I've asked Michelle Obama if she could come on. She's busy promoting a book, so maybe she'd be able to. If she's listening, that would be nice. She'd be great. Because we react to her. She's got something about her that's so communicative and related. And all the people we have on have this other side to them that we don't know from their public persona.
Nobody's one-dimensional, right?
You know, like Sarah Silverman we started with Sarah Silverman. And she is not doing her act on the show. She's talking in a very heartfelt way. She wants to bring people together and have people listen to each other. And a guy tweeted her a hateful one-word message.
Yeah.
Like the worst thing you can say to a woman.
Yes.
And what did she
Instead of getting mad at him or blocking him, she looked up his profile and found out he was in a lot of pain from back pain. And she commiserated with him. She says, I got back pain too. I know you're better than this. Why don't you speak from a place of love? You know, he said, I can't speak from a place of love. That was ripped from me by an abuser when I was a kid.
Yeah, see, hurt people, right?
Exactly. She found him a place where he could get therapy for free.
Well, I bet he's changed his tune about Miss Sarah.
Changed his life, and now they communicate as friends.
That's incredible.
See how God is using you, Alan Alda. Wow, we knew you were a saint. Now
That explains the thunder just the other day.
To listen
We
to
love you,
Clear
sweetie.
and
So good
Vivid,
to see you.
go to AlanAlda.com.
AlanAlda.com. I'm going there right after the show.
Good.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.